DeMeco Ryans spoke to the media following his victory over the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. My voice is finally almost back. I can't do live streams for a little while because I can only talk in short bursts, but we're back, baby. We're almost back.
Mingo, how do you, how'd you decide for first place, get your players?
I think they're laughing because John didn't give him any chance to say hello or anything, or maybe give an introductory statement. So if he's not asking about CJ Stroud, maybe we won't find out this news until after John delivers his very important question.
Not to look ahead.
Which was, how do you get your players to not look ahead?
It's a great position that we're in as a team, and it's a credit to our guys and the work that they put in to put us in this position. When it comes to first place and all those things, for us, we just focus on the moment, focus on the day. Right, every man in the room just focus on continuing to improve their game, continue to do as best as they can for the team, and focus on helping the team in any way they can. And those standings and all those things with playoff implications and all those things, they'll take care of themselves if we handle the ball the right way on the field.
Boy, and John's getting right into his next question. I would say, as far as whether players pay attention to the standings and all the scenarios and everything, I think it's like anything else in coaching, playing sports, life in general. It's that you only have so much energy to divide amongst things that you can actually control. And that's one of the easier things to ignore when, especially like you're in a situation now where if you win all the games, then you're definitely in. And I'd be really surprised if a lot of the players are sitting on the ESPN.com playoff scenario calculator trying to figure all that stuff out. You're trying to get a win versus Joe Flacco, damn it.
2011, when you were a player and y'all were first place, about to win the division for the first time, did you not look ahead?
So it was 2011 and you guys were in position. Did you not look ahead? Cross-examining him.
I can't remember. Such a long time ago, John. No, but it's exciting, right? It's exciting for everyone to be playing meaningful football around this time. And then, with CJ, and he's still in the concussion protocol. And, we'll see how he progresses throughout the week.
Okay, that's not the news I was hoping for. CJ, as of yesterday, was reported by Aaron Wilson to still be having issues with sensitivity to light. And as long as you're still having physical symptoms in response to stimuli, I know that's going to keep you from moving forward onto the more aggressive exercise, which is what you have to do before you end up doing football activities. So I'm pessimistic at this point. We'll see tomorrow exactly what his situation is. I don't even mean to say I'm pessimistic. I want to be as cautious as possible with the young franchise quarterback's brain, obviously.
Lots been made about you guys. What's been the key to fixing that aspect?
Cody asked, what's been the key to the improvement in stopping the run?
When it comes to the run game, like everything when it comes to defense, for me, it starts up front. And I think this past game versus the Titans, our interior defensive linemen, they play really well. Rankins, Collins, Heinisch, Khalil, they all play really good in the interior of D-line. So they built a wall, and so the back wasn't able to, there was no space for him. He made the back check his feet, and our guys swarmed on the back end. But it started with our defensive line. Credit to them. They're the reason why we were able to play good run defense on yesterday, because they did such an outstanding job of just playing physical, penetrating, playing on their side of the line of scrimmage.
If I could have a brief moment to talk about Malik Collins and how impressive it is that for a guy who plays a penetrating style of football, as DeMeco and this defense ask him to, where you're jetting upfield, it's really tough for guys like that, especially when they're not huge, to then also anchor down versus double teams. And we've seen multiple examples of Collins just anchoring down like he's an old school 3-4 defense, run stuffing nose tackle at times, and splitting double teams. We saw a beautiful example of it yesterday. Well, at the same time also being a very, very capable pass rusher. He's kind of an unsung hero of this defensive line. Jonathan Grenard and Wills are obviously getting a lot of attention, but Malik Collins being able to both play the run and be a pass rusher has been a really huge asset.
With Frank Kaimi about, hey, he's good from this distance, or what was sort of that decision?
that decision on letting the clock run down, and we knew we were in Kaimi's range, and so we felt comfortable there, kicking the ball from there, and didn't want to. So we had got a holding call there on the touchdown by Motor, got a holding call, so just didn't want, and then they stuffed us. They zero blisters, and they stuffed us on the second run, so didn't want another negative play to take us back when we knew we were already in Kaimi's range. So just wanted to end the game right there on third down.
Yeah, look, let's not make any bones about it. It's not like the offense was having a banner day, and there had been a lot of negative plays in that game that they were able to overcome and make up for. But I get it there. And I think DeMeco this year, maybe one of the most impressive things he's done is that as a rookie defensive minded head coach has had very, very few questionable game management issues. I mean, Andy Reid's an offensive genius, and he spent decades as a head coach being maligned for sketchy clock management decisions. And we just haven't had that with a rookie defensive minded head coach. That part of it's been really cool. I think some of that goes into DeMeco just being so calm, cool, and collected. And because he's not calling the plays offensively, he can sit back and look at the bigger picture, talk to the guys in the booth, and kind of be one or two steps ahead, where a lot of times with offensive minded head coaches, especially if they're play callers, they're doing it in the moment. And no matter how much of a genius you are, sometimes you're just not out ahead of these issues the way somebody that can step back a little bit is. So it's really cool to see.
Marcus Schultz back. How much did that impact this offense to have that reliable guy who can go up and get it, do a variety of routes?
Yeah, when you have a tight end who can, really threaten the middle of the field, right? And when you talk about coverage on mismatch coverage on linebackers or safeties, having Dalton, right, with his ability to work the middle of the field is huge for us. And no play bigger than the one, right, he took away from their defender there. I don't know if that's an interception or reception, but it was a great play by Dalton right there. Big time play of him being aggressive at the catch point. So it's good to have him back and seeing him make those plays for us.
Now I have to go through. I know DeMeco was joking. He said he didn't know if it was an interception or a reception. Let's see. The defensive back didn't make any kind of a football move or survive the ground. So yeah, just I know it wasn't ever in doubt. But even if it were, it would have been a reception followed by a forced fumble, recovered fumble, which I feel like that might actually be a more badass stat. But he'll live with the reception, I suppose.
Kind of following up on the way the line played up front with the run game. Case talked about how the way Moore runs and kind of he's able to, Dawes called him sneaky vision, but he's able to kind of create some space because of how he runs. Can you talk about that?
And yeah, Motor does have this sneaky ability to find space, right? He has really good contact balance, so he's not going down all the time on that first contact. He finds a way to maintain his balance and still find those lanes that the O-line has created. And Motor is always pressing forward, right? He's very shifty. You don't see it all the time, but he's shifty in the interior line. He's very shifty, and he finds a way to continue to press forward, fall for yardage. So he's doing a really nice job for us.
Contact balance is a really cool term, and I'm going to use it to an annoying degree. Like when I try to say things like velo in baseball, so I can sound a little bit like an insider. Oh yeah, his velo's up. I'm going to be using contact balance a lot. I'm sorry in advance. You guys are going to think I'm a real pompous asshole.
As you keep a lot of praise on Derek Stingley. He's obviously a pretty quiet corner. How does that help him?
Corner is a position where you have to have that confidence first and foremost, and you have to be even keel because, things don't always go your way out there. You're on the island where everybody sees what happens, right? When you're on the island at that corner and you're going up against some of the best athletes in the NFL. So when a play doesn't go your way, like how are you going to respond? Sometimes guys are going to make plays, but you have to be even keel enough to know you can come back the next play and be prepared for the route and go up and take the ball away. So you have to remain calm when you're playing corner, and Sting has done that. Right, he has a good presence about him. He's calm. Right, he has a really good play demeanor about himself, and that's what allows him to make those plays.
That's one thing I'll say about playing nose tackle compared to playing cornerback is, a lot of times people would say, well, a lot of the work you do goes unnoticed and you don't get credit for it. And I would say, yeah, but I get knocked out of a lot of A-gaps that never get noticed either. I mean, I get noticed by the coaches, but not by the broadcast crew. A lot of times you get knocked out of the A-gap and they're still blaming the linebackers or, ironically enough, the cornerback for not coming up and filling. Look, all in all, that was a really gutsy win when you were missing 4 or 5 of your best players versus a team in the Titans that we know isn't one of the better teams in the NFL, but they're a gritty team. Holding Derrick Henry to point 0.6 yards per carry was an astoundingly awesome performance. And honestly, after Derrick Henry had averaged 202 yards per game over the last 5 games, he'd averaged 2 touchdowns per game over the last 5 games. It's just an astoundingly awesome performance. Hopefully, kind of symbolic of getting rid of a lot of the demons that have plagued this team since 2020 or so. So, look forward to hearing more about CJ Stroud as the week goes on. Hopefully, good news. Oh, and I'm Seth Payne. I played 5 years for the Houston Texans, 10 years in the NFL. This is my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Everybody have a great one.